I would like to address the summit in the name of the Republic of Cuba in our role as at the helm of this organization last year, 2023. Now, I invite His Excellency Salam bin Sak al-Morahi, His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Dennis Francis, President of the 78th session of the UN General Assembly, His Excellency Antonio Gutierrez, Secretary General of the United Nations, distinguished heads of state and government, and of other delegations, dear participants. It is an honor for us to participate in this great event organized by our sister republic, Uganda. I would like to restate what a pleasure it is to meet on African soil for those of us who share deep ties of brotherhood and sisterhood and solidarity. The Cuban people have inherited a fighting spirit and a capacity for resistance from you. Africa deserves our respect and support in the path to development, which is why I would like to greet its leaders with warm affection. I would particularly like to acknowledge the leadership of President Yoweri Museveni, promoter of peace and stability in Africa and the world. Your Excellencies, in these challenging times, when many tactics deployed to divide the countries of the South, unity should be the order of the day for the G77 and China. It is essential and urgent for us to work effectively and together to change the current unfair world order and free ourselves from the disadvantaged positions that are a byproduct of centuries of colonialism, neo-colonialism, and dependence once and for all. 2023 was a year of great challenges and complex processes that proved how much we can accomplish when we work decisively in defense of our legitimate interests and aspirations. Thanks to the collective efforts of the members of our group, we managed to move forward on the path towards where we deserve and need to be given the current international context. The successful summit of heads of state and government of the G77 and China, which was held last September in Havana, was a necessary and urgent meeting out of which we emerged stronger. The summit of our leaders in the context of the 28th Conference of the Parties to the Convention on Climate Change, or COP28, for the first time, for the first time, will set an important precedent for the future work of the G77 as regards international climate negotiations. The group has also been a key player in different UN negotiations, including those on sustainable development. It has also been involved in preparations for the Summit of the Future. The positions of the G77 have made a significant contribution to the adoption of the UN Convention on the law of the sea and the sustainable use of marine biological diversity in areas beyond national jurisdiction. Cuba's leadership of the G77 and China in several international meetings outside of the group's traditional scope, such as the Summit for a New Global Financial Pact and the BRICS Summit, have allowed us to make the interests of the developing world heard in these critical fora. We would like to thank the group's members for their active and constructive participation in the different events held in Cuba last year, especially at the ministerial meetings on education, culture, tourism, and the environment. Said meetings fostered substantive debates and agreements on practical actions having to do with issues of fundamental importance for the South. We invite you to continue to work in concert on the implementation of the 17 projects designed during our presidency for the benefit of our members. Likewise, we should continue to give impetus to the G77 NAM Joint Coordination Committee, which will make our South-led proposals more coherent and efficient. Uganda's presidency of both groups this year is a step in that direction. In short, 2023 was a year of commendable collective action which produced undeniable results, and we thank you all. Excellencies, honorable delegates, as regards our contribution to this discussion and to properly follow up on the issues covered at the G77 summit held in Havana last September, allow me to list some of our proposals for practical action your delegations may want to consider. We feel that they will help us achieve our objectives. Number 1, present a draft resolution to the UN General Assembly before the end of the year on behalf of the G77 member states and China, a resolution on to propose a meeting, a high-level meeting on science, technology, and innovation. This meeting should agree on practical steps forwards to guarantee that science, technology, and innovation contribute to accelerating progress towards full application of 2030 Agenda and the Addis Ababa Action Plan. Number 2, to hold a meeting of ministers and high authorities of science, technology, and innovation of our group in the first half of 2025. The objective of this meeting would be to identify the main proposals that the G77 and China would put forth at said high-level meeting of the UN General Assembly. Number 3, to institutionalize or make official the celebration of summits of leaders of the G77 and China in the context of the conference, the COP meetings on climate change. This initiative, which happened for the first time at COP28 held last year in Dubai, demonstrated how relevant and important it was. It would make it easier to achieve concerted, for our group to achieve concerted action regarding the divide in climate negotiations. Number 4, to hold a World forum on science, technology, and innovation of countries of the South in the second half of 2024. This would show the advances that our countries have made in these areas, promote joint research projects, and different partnerships that would reduce our dependence on Western markets. This could be the ideal context in which to create strategies that would revitalize the Consortium on Science, Technology, and Innovation in the South, as agreed upon at the summit of Havana. Dear friends, for Cuba, it was very source of much pride and honor to lead the G77 in China for the first time. We did this in difficult circumstances, given that we are subjected to a criminal financial, economic, trade and financial embargo since the second half of 2019 that was and has taken on, made even deeper. We would deeply like to thank the members of the group for the unilateral coercive measures for their support in fighting these measures and this unfair blockade and embargo that we've been subjected to for more than 60 years. In the name of the Cuban people and government, I would like to thank you sincerely to the members of the group, to the UN system, and the Secretariat of the G77 for their support, the support they have always given us throughout our leadership. Today, we pass the baton to the present to our sister nation, Uganda, aware of this critical juncture in time that we are living through, and with the knowledge that there's still much left to do for the well-being and development of our people. Uganda can always count on the total support of Cuba. We wish you the best of luck. Cuba will always fight for the defense of unity within our rich diversity. Together, with legitimate interests and joint aspirations, we will be stronger and our voice will be heard. Thank you.